In this video, we're going to take a look at the Bill Withers composition, Just the Two of Us, that was recorded by Grover Washington first in 1980. It actually aired at number 2 on the Billboard charts. There are 3 important elements to focus in on this tune. Each of these are going to help you with other funk tunes or other fusion tunes. The first thing is the chord structure. It's essentially 1-7-3-6-2-5-1. Now, if you think about that in the context of jazz, that covers a lot of jazz tunes. And even though tunes go from 1 to 4 to 3-6-2-5-1, this one goes to 1 and then 7. And why is that important? Because it's just an interesting sound, and we're going to cover that sound in this video. The second thing is what we call syncopation. You have to think of this tune in 16th notes, because if you look at the written sheet music, you have to discern the difference between each of the 16th notes and the tied notes in order to get the rhythm correct. And then the third thing we're going to talk about is its interesting use of tritone substitutions, which you will find at the bridge, the part that goes like this. Let's turn now to the sheet music, and at the A section, we're going to see the actual chord structure. Now, a lot of people think about this tune in the key of F minor, but I think it's really better to think about it in D flat. So if this were 1, then this is 7-7, and this is 3, and then we would assume that there would be some type of 6th chord here, but we missed that, and then it's 2, 5 to 1, major 7, and then it just does the same thing again where it goes to 7 here, and then to 3. The first chord is our D flat major 7th chord, but then it goes immediately to 7-7. Now, the reason why it does that is because in the cycle of 5th, if D flat goes down to G flat or F sharp 7, then the C7 chord and F sharp 7 contain the same tritone, this tritone right here. So you can swap those chords out, and that's why instead of going to F sharp, kind of works on F sharp, but instead it goes to C because the next chord is going to be 5 down because the C7 is 5-7 of F minor. Okay, so let's think about the tune like this. 1 to 7-7, go down 5 to F minor, which is 3, right? And then a 2-5 of D flat. And then back to 7-7 to 3. Let's play it one more time. 1, 7-7, 3. Now you could put B flat there if you wanted to. It works. Now, what a lot of times people do is instead of putting B flat 7 here, what they'll do is they'll put in an E7 chord, which is the tritone substitution of B flat, like this. It's kind of a more jazzy thing to do, and I would recommend that you think about doing things like that. Now, the funny thing is that when you get to the chorus, which is Just the Two of Us part, the chords are the same. Okay, so there really isn't a lot to learn here. We'll get to the bridge, which is the tritone substitution thing that I talked about earlier, in a moment. The next thing that I want to talk about, though, in this tune is really this syncopation. If you're not familiar with the term syncopation, it essentially means a grouping of rhythmic notes that appear on and off the beat in strange places. And so this is what we call syncopation. Now, in the context of this song, you have to think about it in terms of 16th notes. So if you were to divide the bar up into 16th notes, you'd get 1, 2, 3, 4 16th notes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 16th notes. And then the rest of the bar, you can think about it in terms of 8th notes. So this is important because it helps us think about subdividing the beat. If you take a look at the introduction here, it sounds like this. Now, you might be able to play that by just hearing it, but it's better to think about it rhythmically. Let's play just the melody counting through the 16th notes. So it's, the first one gets 2 16th notes, then 1, then 2 because it's tied, and then 2 because it's an 8th note, and then a 16th note. Let's count through the bar in 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And that's how you need to think about this tune, because if you look at the sheet music, you can see that there are 16th notes, some are tied, like here and here. And so this is really the proper way to count through that. You might do it slowly, obviously at the beginning like we've done, and then speed it up so that it eventually sounds like this. I think this is incorrect here, so we're just going to take that out. So from the beginning of the second line. Okay? Just before we get to the last part of this video where we're going to talk about tritone substitutions, I got a couple of things I want you to do. First, stick around for the sheet music. I'm going to post a link to this sheet music. It's free to download a little bit later on. And if you like this video so far, just reach down, hit the little thumbs up button. It really helps us here at the channel. And if you'd like to subscribe, we'd love to have you as part of our growing group of pianists around the world. And you can subscribe and hit the little bell and we'll notify you of all the upcoming videos that we're making. To me, the most fun part about this tune is this thing at C section called the bridge. It basically sounds like this. Okay? Now, the good thing about this is not only does it sound cool, it actually follows a specific type of harmonic progression. So you want to think about it like this. Yes, it starts in D flat, so this is 1. And then the next chord is 7/7, just like in the rest of the tune. But then it switches and goes to B major 7. So the reason why it does this is because you need to think about C7 like the tritone substitution of the chord that would normally go before B major 7, which is, of course, you guessed it, G flat or F sharp 7, either one. So we could go 1 to G7 and then to B. So the difference is the bass note is going down in half steps versus jumping down a fifth. So that's the tritone subbed. Here it is with G flat again. Okay, they both work, obviously, but the tune, if you actually listen to the song, the bass player is going down in half step. And then think about B major 7 as 1. So you had C7 to B major 7. Now we're in 1, and now we're going to switch to the key of A and make B flat 7 the tritone substitution of A major 7. So instead of going to B flat 7, it could have gone to E7 like this. So let me play it without the tritone subs. So B major 7 to E7 to A. You get the idea? So all it's doing is using the tritone substitutions of the chord that it's heading to. So you have to think about it like destination chords. B major 7 is a destination chord, A major 7 is a destination chord, and then D flat. So from the second bar, B major 7 to B flat 7 to A major 7 to A flat. I think this is a good voicing for the F minor 7th chord. It actually adds a 9th here. So let's play it one more time. Now, obviously, we can use our 16th note syncopation to kind of count through things like this. Those three things that I talked about, the chord structure, the syncopation, and the tritone substitutions, really is what makes up this tune. Let's play it from the beginning. I'll have to scroll as I play it, but basically the tune would sound like this. And then of course it goes back to the A section. It's really a fun tune to solo over if you really grasp that 1-7-3-6-2-5-1 progression. Have a lot of fun with that tune. Let me post a link to the sheet music up here in the corner. Remember to click the little thumbs up button below as well to really help us here at the channel. If you're looking for more tunes that are really based in 16th note syncopation, I suggest you check out this video next.